Welcome again to this channel where we bring you information about what is happening in Africa. We are so keen on what is happening in Africa because we want to see Africa rise again and take its place in the nations or as a continent. We are believing and we are working so that we can see the sons and daughters of Africa stand up to take their place and be able to lead and provide a leadership that is much needed in Africa for our nation to stand strong in the midst of what is happening globally. I believe we have a great continent. I believe we have a great people. I believe that if we stand together, we can work together, we can converge and then exchange ideas. We can build a strong Africa, and we would not let others come and rule over us. They will not come to enslave us again. They will not come to colonize us again, but we will stand and then we will trade. We will do business as equal partners. It's going to be a win-win situation. I just want to say this. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Give us thumbs up and share this with other people that they may also be able to view the content that we're sharing here. And I would also like to hear from you. Everything that I do say here, please, I want you to comment. I want you to tell me what you think, because by your comment, I can also get an idea of the content that you would like to see coming out of Africa. Right here where I'm doing this taping right now, or where I'm actually in the studio, you can imagine what is happening in Africa at the moment. We know what has taken place in Niger or Niger. What we're seeing at the moment is the development of the situation that we've been talking about. We said there was a coup that has happened within the last, obviously, 2 weeks, and this is still going on to this very day. We have now the Abdullah Rahmane Chani, who has declared himself to be the president of Niger. Now, what can we say? But you know, there are so many things that are actually happening at the moment, and you cannot condemn one way or approve on another until you get the full facts. All we know for now is that this general has proclaimed himself the president, and obviously they have an agenda, and they are, what they claim is that they are going to lead a country differently than what the ousted president did before. For whatever reason, the people of Niger, they have gone through very difficult time for the past few years. You can understand the economic situation as one of the poorest countries in Africa and in the world as such. So what they are believing, or at least the youth and the people of Niger, they are looking for an opportunity that will help their country rise again, to stand in the concert of nations, to be able to feed its own people, to offer them employment. And they believe in this general who has come into power, that he's able to do that. Now, I do know and understand that many countries in the West actually do not approve of what is currently happening, especially France. But let's put things on the table and talk and say as they are, is that France has for many years obviously been a partner of that country. But if you see what France has done there, it's really appalling. Let's put it that way. They haven't really, they've done business, but like they normally do, they come and take, they come and steal, they'll do whatever they can, even if it means basically upholding or supporting a regime that is not good for the people. They will do it so long as they get to get their hands on the minerals, they get to get their hands on the things that they want, which is what they've been doing in the past anyway. Now you can understand that their frustration is that because this general does not want, he has cut all the ties with France, and they don't want France there anymore, and obviously they're not going to like it. And obviously any countries that is a puppet of France as well, they're going to turn their back on Niger, because simply they don't want, you know, this country to move forward in a process that will help them to develop as a country. I believe that any people or any nation that feel they have been subjugated for long, they will come to a point where they will ask, or at least, conduct themselves or pose acts that will lead them to revolution. Now, whether or not this is happening is a revolution in that country, we don't know. But the future remains to be seen as to where this general is going to take this country. But all we know for now, that he has seized power, and he has now rallied with Mali. He has now rallied with other countries where they've had coup as well, where there is a military, if you like, a leadership. They think that, by rallying together, they can stand against any country that will try to come and so overtake, or at least, cause problems in that nation. So we see, Nigeria, and we see Western countries, the bloc, they were saying that, yes, they needed military intervention. But this hasn't happened yet, because obviously it's overdue now. And to be honest, I don't really see this ever taking place. I mean, if they wanted to do it, they would have done it. But all we know is that not a lot of people are not for it. But did you hear Russia? Russia is not happy, and Russia defends what is happening in Niger, and it doesn't want any military intervention in that country, because they know what that leads to. And like I said, the people in that country, they like Russia. They think Russia is taking a good stand, and whether or not Russia is going to be an ally to them, we'll wait and see. But the development that is unfolding, in Niger, is that it is a country moving forward. They're not going to back. The president has resigned. He's moved on, and they're moving on. There is all the maneuvering, all the political talk that is taking place right now. But we'll see what that leads to. But right now, just know that the general who was the chief of security staff, he's now the president of the country. But yet we are yet to see what will unfold in days to come. This is what I wanted to bring to you, so you can understand what is happening in Niger, and I shall bring you some more news as they unfold. But just keep watching, and I will ask you to encourage you rather to subscribe, and like I said, invite other people and leave me your comments. This will help us so that we can bring content that we believe is good for the African community around the world, and for that matter, anyone who is interested in knowing what is happening in Africa. So you take care of yourself until the next video. Bye bye for now.